All right.
You
So
ready?
whenever, yeah, wait. Why am I still getting?
So are you ready?
Yes.
This week on the Media Virus Podcast, when Washington transitioned from being the Redskins to being the Commanders, in an effort to not offend Native Americans, nobody asked the Native Americans how they felt about the whole thing. In a shocking revelation, Wayne Brady tells his fans that he humps cookware. Since we've entertained that being a boy or a girl is not reliant on your genitalia, transabled people maintain that you don't have to be crippled to be a cripple. Really? No shit. All this, comedian Christopher Nee, the infection team will see if he buys our bullshit about being a real show and all. Just the tips number 51, and this, all of this, on the 144th episode of the Media Virus Podcast. It's the Media Virus Podcast. Let's point and laugh at the world burning around us with executive producer Mike Latoris. We're going to start over. BBC correspondent Stanley McFadden.
Makes me tingly in an unfamiliar way.
Grease Monkey Pete.
Damn, Big Daddy.
Here's the thing about the Media Virus Podcast. It's really well done.
And now, spreading the sage nihilism of an aged Gen Xer, your host and mine, the star of our show, the incomparable Matty Rockdeath.
Hot damn, do we have a show for you people this week. Thank you. Thank you. I am Matty Rockdeath, the mattiest of all rock deaths and proof positive. Anyone can have a podcast. Speaking of, welcome to the Media Virus Podcast. Please like, subscribe, follow, and share. I want to take a minute and thank the new subscribers for their support, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or if you're just checking us out on themediavirus.com, thank you. And always, you can give us a call here at 646-VIRUS-01, 646-VIRUS-01. You might make it on the show. Either you or your voicemail will definitely make it on the show. Later on the show, we're going to find out all about our guest this week. He is a philanthropist, a stand-up comedian, and an author. You can get his new book on Amazon, Boy Meets Anxiety, and check out his YouTube comedy special, Take Your Pants Off and Stay a While. Mr. Chris Nee, welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? Thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh, dude, it's a pleasure. I remember, we were just talking before we started recording that I met you sometime in like 2016 on a completely different show. You were doing your stand-up. So this is you've been plugging away at this and you weren't brand new when I met you.
No, yeah, I've been doing stand-up since I was 17. I'm 32 now, so I've been doing it for a while.
So I mean that's a pretty impressive stretch there.
Yeah.
What made you decide to get into like writing a book?
So I'm a big mental health advocate, so that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to do it. Also with like my past life, I had my own mental health struggles and being a cancer survivor and everything, so I feel like I can relate to a lot of people. So it's been years. I've been writing it for close to 2 years, and I was always a guy going through anxiety and panic attacks and stuff like that. And then later on, my friends and family members start going through it. And like, I kind of became a therapist to them. So I was just like, I'm just going to put this on paper and help other people. So that's where we're at.
Fantastic idea.
It's a noble pursuit anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't usually just dive into a guest right away. But you seem to be a very caring heart. You have your main job is a nonprofit, correct?
Yeah, so me and my brother had a nonprofit organization called Healing Hats and Toys, and we help kids with cancer. And that stemmed from my childhood being a survivor. So we would have different events throughout the years, like beef and beers and designer bag bingo and stuff like that. And then all the proceeds that we made, it would be donated to buying new hats and toys for kids with cancer. And we went to like Children's Hospital, St. Edmund's School of Children, St. Christopher's. And then it even got to the point where we got bigger figured we just start helping like local kids. Like parents would hit us up and we would cut checks for their medical bills, or we find out what they like Superman or Batman, and just buy a bunch of stuff and surprise the kids. So
Oh, right on. Is there a website that somebody can go to and
just Facebook? It's just Facebook, Healing Hats and Toys. That's how we just did everything. It's easy to access us. So
all right, I'm sure we can pop a link into the descriptions once we actually post.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything. Now you're recently married too, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
fantastic. Yeah, I just got married back in December. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
Got any plans on children's?
Working on it.
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah,
now
one of my swimmers go.
Is your wife a reality show enjoyer?
She is. Yeah, we love white trash TV. That's what we thrive off of. So.
Okay. So I listen, I'm going to forgive me, but I absolutely hate, I despise it. Those people make me angry with how disgustingly useless they are.
Yeah.
And the fact that I am disgustingly useless and poor irritates the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
But
everybody has 6 packs and they're just good looking dudes. They're chicks that have a lot of work done. But it's a good thing because you don't really have to pay attention to it. So it's a good background.
Well, that's true. Now I do, and I don't mind the ones where you're watching people work.
Yeah.
So much. And we're not going to get into the good ones like, the Most Dangerous Catch or, any of that. There were Ice Road Truckers. But you ever the Below Deck franchise? Anybody familiar with it?
I saw it. I don't think I don't watch it, but that's the fishing one, right?
It's not a fishing one. It's a luxury charter
yacht.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I haven't.
The yacht. It's a luxury charter yacht, and there are many of them now. There's Australia. There's sailing. My wife watches every one of them, and I'm a huge Clash fan. And I don't want to go to where the rich are going. Like, I don't give a fuck. This song plays in my head. And I just wanted it to be the first song on the playlist that we have to post. Is what we do, just a little behind the scenes. On our website, I will create a Spotify playlist of any song mentioned and pop it up, because podcasts can't use music. And we want to share music. It's part of why we do this. So that's a recent development. It took us 2.5 years to come up with that. But I was watching the Below Deck Australia, and I guess nobody's seen the internet lately, because in Below, dude, there was like I was screaming at the TV.
Not the brawl.
It wasn't. It was a girl that she was like damn close to being sexually assaulted by like a coworker.
Wow.
Yeah, like there's the buzz around it now. I gotta go through my notes and figure out where I am at this point, because I went off script terribly. My wife watches a lot of them, but so the crew always goes out drinking after the charter's been completed.
Rightfully so.
All right. So the one girl, this is the Below Deck Australia. One girl named Margot got particularly drunk and was pretty much like unconscious, like a little bit responsive, but kind of unconscious in the cab ride home. There was a dude, Luke, trying to get on that, like pretty much all night. But I mean, now it seemed like he was drunk too, but his predatory instincts really kicked in. Like, this dude's a predator, right? And he's just going by instinct. And her female friends take her and put her to bed. And she specifically said, I just want to go to sleep. I don't want anything with Luke. I don't want to deal with Luke. Right? They closed the door. All right. So you got to, dude, there's cameras all over this boat. The whole thing is rigged for sound and video, right? It's a fucking TV show. So this dude, so they're all in the hot tub. Everybody else is in the hot tub. The power goes out. My man sneaks out of the hot tub, dries himself off, remains buck ass naked, goes into Margot's room and starts climbing in bed with her.
Wow. I
am screaming at the TV, and not like anything angry. I'm just going, ah! And I'm sitting there. Now, there is another girl. Her name is Laura. And she's been trying to do that same shit to this kid. I think his name was Kyle or something. So there are 2 rapey people on this fucking boat. One of them's a chick, right? And I'm like, so the producers see Luke go into his room naked and crawl into bed. Now, what if you know reality shows at all, you will know you never see the fucking producer.
Yeah.
They broke the 4th wall and they see the producer banging on because they wanted to make sure that shit was on video, that the producers put a stop to what was going on.
Right.
Because I've watched Law and Order SVU. I've seen every episode of Law and Order SVU multiple times. And that was a reality show rape was an episode.
Yeah. And you're also a video guy. You know that as long as you take enough video, you can cut it to be whatever you want it to be.
Oh, right. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. All right. So, but they go in and he's fighting with them, like not like fisticuffs, but like fuck off, like I guess in his head he wasn't gonna try and fuck her. Like maybe he legitimately had that thought. I don't know. Like I'm not making an excuse for the dude. This is just all creepy. Meanwhile, that other bitch is trying to, like, this dude has told her no 15 fucking times. This dude has told her to like just back off, like over and over. But she's like Slavic or something, some shit. This is, I tell you what, I was thinking about this earlier. The staff writer Bill's got no chance of meeting a woman that will fall in love with him, that meets his standards.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? He wants Taylor Swift.
Well,
and there's no variation.
When he starts shopping for his mail order bride, we need to capture that as a reality show, dude.
Well, no, it's either I was thinking either Slovakia, where this girl's from, or China, because if you can get past the Asian. Now, apparently, Bill has told me that Asian chicks fall for him hard.
No, well, yeah,
they fall for the green card. It's what they fall for.
Well, in a lot of Asian cultures, when you're portly, it means you're wealthy,
right?
So, I mean, he looks like he's got money to them.
So then, like one girl witnesses, like here's the producers knocking on the naked dude, right? Here's the producers knocking. Comes, oh, what's going on? Goes and tells the captain. Meanwhile, this dude locks himself in a room and won't come out. He's passed out. They fired everybody.
Right.
They fired the chick too. The one that was still, yeah. But the producers busted in on her too. They're like, no, you got to stop, because she was trying to give him a massage. Like, no, not sexual, just nice, a massage. Nobody needs a massage when they're drunk. You know what I mean? I have no segue to our next story through that, because I had a couple of things that I wanted to get into and try to find. I'm like, I was like, I don't have a good one.
I was going to say the best you could come up with was forced boat sex.
No, it just bothered me. It's like, it bothered me so much that I was like, I gotta get this out. Because I was going to talk about a weird dream I had, because it's the 3rd night.
Were there any naked people sneaking into your bed trying to give you sex against your will?
No, but it was the 3rd night in about a fortnight where I had a dream that I shit myself. Woke up.
And shit yourself.
No, but thinking that there was something between the cheeks. Like thinking that I might have. feeling a little bit something there, right? I told Shecky this story, but when I told him, it was only twice. This is the 3rd night, right? And ran down to the bathroom, clean. Thought I had a poop, but it was just a huge fart. And I went back to bed. But it never happened. I never had a dream like that before. And if it happened 3 times within a month, there's got to be some kind of symbolism between like actually not losing your bowels, but having a dream about losing your bowels, and then feeling as if. And I'm thinking like maybe I develop a wedgie, or it's sticky and my butt cheeks stick a certain way, and then I shift and it feels different. I'm trying to come up with these theories as to why it feels like that.
Exactly what was in your ass at the time?
Nothing. That's what I mean.
I mean, that is the question. I mean, at this point, you're chasing it.
Come to think of it, it might have been a naked dude.
As he's backing out of your room right now. Not tonight. Not tonight.
Damien sent me a text. This is how the text chain started. Hey, you want to come over to my house and watch Deliverance together? I was like, it'd be so awkward to have an erection around you, dude. He's like, I'll turn the lights down low. All right. So the first story.
Yeah. In a recent development, the Native American Guardians Association, or NAGA, has reached out to the Washington Commanders, urging a meeting with the team's new ownership to discuss controversial name change. NAGA's Reclaim the Name campaign aims to reinstate previously retired Redskins moniker. The organization's petition has garnered over 60,000 signatures, equivalent to the Commanders' stadium capacity.
Anybody not see this coming? Anyone? Did anybody not see this coming? Did anybody not think that there were going to be, like, there have got to be some Native Americans?
Well, they didn't ask the Native Americans when they were doing this.
It was just a bunch of white fucking women.
Some white lady said, wait a minute. We can't say Redskins. The Redskins will be all pissed off.
And not for nothing. Who cares? Who cares if people get pissed off?
Well,
you're pissed off. What are you going to do?
As long as those people threw their hand up and said, hey, this is a problem, can we change it? I'm okay with it. But that's not the case. It was a bunch of old white ladies. So
sorry.
They've collected enough signatures to, for all the seats in the stadium. NAGA claims that the majority of Native Americans feel disrespected by the name change, emphasizing that the community was never consulted about the decision. The letter concludes with a warning of potential boycott if their requests remain unaddressed. This situation highlights tensions.
The title I read was a boycott the size of Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah, there was a quote. Let me see if I can get to the quote, because I'm a big fan of Germanic sentence structure. Sentences that are not necessarily the way that we all speak. However, that sounded good because it was little.
Yeah, it was kind of like the rain of 1,000 arrows will come down upon you type of shit.
Here it is. I'll give it some depth.
Nice. Should
we need to encourage a national boycott similar to what happened with Anheuser-Busch, which is now down $27 billion? Not one brick thrown, not one highway blocked, not one bridge burned. We will do just that.
Here's the thing, is you got to get a very small group of people to boycott a very niche. Are we going to boycott the entire NFL?
Sure.
Or just the Washington Commanders?
I think you have to lean on the NFL so that the NFL in turn leans on the Commanders. I don't think
the NFL. It wasn't the NFL that leaned on the.
I don't think the Commanders organization all by itself is going to care enough. I think when you start affecting everybody else and they start leaning on them, then you might get some action.
I think I've boycotted the NFL since about 2019.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not a boycott. I never had that much of an interest in professional sports to begin with, and just all the bullshit and everything. I'm like, I can go do something else. And I wasn't one of those dudes that develops their personality around a sports.
Yeah, around a football team.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Chris? Are you a big sports fan?
I am. I'm a big Birds fan. So.
At least you're a Birds fan.
Yeah.
My brother, God rest his soul, it was a diehard Cowboys fan.
Mm.
He lived in Port Richmond, Philadelphia. Cowboys.
Yeah.
Got his ass kicked a lot.
It's a lot around here. It's weird. But I watch NFL, NHL, and baseball, but that's it. I used to watch basketball, but I can't get into it anymore. But diehard Phillies, Eagles, Flyers fan. I'm the only one that still watches the Flyers.
I mean, listen, man, when it comes down to if it's an important thing, I'll root for the Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I used to be a Devils fan just to be an asshole because we lived in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Because I lived in like Burlington County, which is really like over the bridge from Philadelphia. And I was just telling them I live in New Jersey. I don't know why everybody's a Flyers fan over here. New Jersey.
Yeah.
Devils. But no, people don't get as violent as when, you're a Cowboys fan walking around in Philadelphia.
No, my buddy was a big Redskins fan. In fact, one year that he ended up having some season tickets, I went to a preseason game with him. It was Washington and I think Baltimore, and they have a rivalry. It's just not violent, because we have a rivalry with Washington, obviously. So we walk into the stadium down there, and it's filled with everybody from DC and Baltimore, and like the section, the two sections, the one that we were in and the one directly adjacent to it, started kind of back and forth about the Redskins versus the Ravens. And like somebody leans over to us and says, "No, you guys, it's okay. These are our regular seats. We have this regular rivalry with them. The close by team. We don't know if it's nothing to be scared of." And my buddy says, "It's okay. We're from Philly." Oh, never mind.
Threw a battery of Santa Claus.
You had street cred.
It is rough though. Like Philly, like our crowds are crazy. Because me and my wife will travel to baseball games, like to go to different stadiums. We'll rock all Philly stuff, and no one will say a word.
No.
The only time they'll ever talk is if they lose, and then they'll just be like, "Oh, have fun on 95 on the way home." And it's like, okay,
from a distance.
That's the best you got?
Yeah, I did see. I was at a Flyers Penguins game, and I was coming out of the bathroom, and this one guy was walking with his little son. The son had to be like probably 5 years old, and they both were wearing Crosby jerseys on the Penguins. And this drunk Flyers fan just went up to the little kid, and he's like, "Your dad's raised you to be a pussy, son." The kid is like 5 years old. He has no clue what this is, but that's like Philly. They just don't care.
It's a whole new kind of brutal that nobody understands.
Yeah, man. People getting like knocked out cold in front of Geno's steaks and stuff like that.
That's
nuts.
That's the way it is here. It's like the Wild West.
Yeah.
Your dad's fucking up bad, kid.
That's fucking funny though. That's the only type of shit you'll hear in the Northeast though.
Yeah.
If Philadelphia or Boston's, we're gonna hear that shit.
Yeah. It's so funny. But like whenever I ever went to another stadium, no one ever said anything.
I'm still laughing at that. All right. Wayne Brady has now my thing is like, why do we need to know who Wayne Brady likes to be involved with?
I don't necessarily think that we do.
No, this was like my wife sent this. She's like, "Oh my God, Wayne Brady's pansexual." I'm like, "Oh, all right." What?
I wasn't that worried about who was fucking anyway. In a recent interview with People magazine, Wayne Brady, the host of Let's Make a Deal, revealed that he identifies as pansexual. The 51-year-old television personality shared his journey of coming to terms with his sexuality and the challenges he has faced due to societal expectations. Brady explained that he chose the term pansexual because it allows him to be attracted to individuals of various gender identities, including gay, straight, bi, transsexual, or non-binary. Brady discussed how he suppressed his feelings and lived in secrecy due to societal pressures and fear of being labeled. He emphasized his desire to be an...
Why do we have to have all these splinter cells to the LGBT? There's a lot. Why does it have to be so much? I don't understand what the difference between pansexual and bisexual is.
Well,
like I've heard it explained to me that pansexual was you had to have like an emotional connection with the person. Like they had to, you had to like vibe with them. Like there had to be more than just.
I thought it meant he was fucking cookware.
No.
No.
Everybody is trying to be a part of something that nobody else is part of. And then everybody wants to be part of those things. So they have to go and make up more new things to be part of that nobody's part of. And then everybody wants to be part of those things and so on and so forth.
I've made it through my entire punk rock life without a mohawk or a tattoo.
Well,
Because I don't need to wear the fucking uniform.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't need to wear the fucking uniform. I can, you can.
Deep down, he's really a straight edge.
Yeah, except for all the drinking and drugs. I'd be so straight. I love, dude, Minor Threat's one of my favorite bands. We've got straight edge. There's another one for the playlist. I hope you're writing them down because I don't have a pen. I do have a pen. It's on paper. I do have paper.
I've learned how to do the show, Matt.
All right, good. Oh, you're the executive producer.
Yeah, I had a great idea for Matt to do something new for the show, and once I do it, I send it over to him so he can post it.
Hey, I put it together. I curate it. We're also. I'm gonna. Speaking of, I found a couple of the old indie punk garage shows.
Oh, cool.
That I was gonna create a little blog post for if somebody wants to go enjoy radio I did back in 2013. It's 2 hour, maybe they're 1 hour shows, mostly music, just me saying dumb shit between it. That was the job. You just,
right.
It was way easier than this. Way easier.
I may have a few things that I've done in the past, but most of that is I don't have access to all of the tapes any longer. I'd have to go through Sheck to get some of that stuff.
Dude, I got shit. If I have this 750 gig hard drive Toshiba that I swear to God just fries computers. Every computer I've ever put it into has shut down shortly after.
Oh, great.
So
I mean, there's something bad on it, but yeah, gotcha.
There's nothing like, illegal for me to own. Just maybe a virus or something on it.
That's what I mean.
Sexually transmitted disease.
It's got an STD.
So yeah, Wayne, that was somehow news, but I like, listen, I've always been with chicks, you know what I mean? And I've never really found dudes attractive unless they're wearing makeup.
Well,
like there have been some, performers and I was like, wow. That's
sometimes you have to do a double take at a drag queen.
Right. But this, gender can be fluid. We don't have to put a fucking label on anything, man.
You don't really have to. I mean, it helps. It helps in some situations, but you don't have to label everything.
No, right? I mean, we can just like vibe, right?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, I don't understand why there's all these different words. You know what I mean? I mean, not for nothing, but like, if a dude wants to wear a dress, let a dude wear a dress.
Well, yeah.
Who gives a fuck? And if that dude wants to fuck chicks, that's probably,
Yeah.
I would imagine that gets him laid pretty often. For a heterosexual dude just to dress up like a chick.
Probably.
You know what I mean? And you can go fucking hit on him in the locker room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had an interesting ride this weekend.
And kicked her, and you can, if she pisses you off, you can beat the living shit out of her right in front of the bar. You know what I mean? It's just a chick fight, right?
Good point.
How you doing, Chris? You're quiet over there.
I'm just so good at all that.
So I started to say I
Chris
had an
said
interesting
stunned silence.
I had an interesting ride this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was 3 people.
How interesting was it?
It was what appeared to be a straight couple and their gay friend. And gay friend sat up front, and the couple was in the back, and we're off and running. And I'm talking to the guy in the front. He's chatting with me. The other two are paying attention to themselves in the back. The guy's asking me about my car. He's asking me this, just regular, you talk to your Uber driver chat. And, it's my wife's car too. So there's some like stuffed animals and stuff that she's put in there. So he starts asking me about them, and I explain that, that they're my wife, and she puts those in there. And the guy in the back leans up in between and taps the guy on the shoulder and says, dude, I can tell from sitting back here that he's not gay and wouldn't have even gone down that road. So why don't you just put it back in your pants and relax till we get to the bar?
Nice. You got hit on.
Apparently, I didn't realize it was exactly that, but
Oh, because straight dudes are stupid. We don't notice when chicks are hitting on us.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I mean? So we're not going to notice if a dude's just
True stories.
Right?
It was just like, dude, I noticed he was straight from back here, and I'm not even invested, so just give it up.
But were any of them handicapped?
Not physically. There is the possibility that there was some mental handicap going on.
Okay. All right. Are you sure? Or maybe they were just identifying as...
It's possible. If I didn't know better, I may have identified them as being mentally handicapped.
They could have. Well, you could have had the mental handicap of being inebriated.
That is a possibility. That's a definite possibility.
Yes, it is.
But as far as bringing up how you identify, we've been dealing with gender roles for some time now, and trying to navigate exactly who identifies how and what, and it's one of those topics that's tough to joke about because most people don't want to laugh about it, and I don't understand that because it's one of those really easy to make jokes about topics, and it seems like a good idea to laugh when you can. But there's an emerging trend called transableism, and it raises the controversy as individuals identify as handicapped. So you don't have to be crippled to be a cripple.
I saw an article about that, and it's so confusing.
Yeah. I mean, it
makes sense, but so confusing.
What they're now calling transableism used to be called BIID. I don't know what that specifically stands for, but there was a real mental condition where people would aspire to be handicapped, even seeking amputations.
Dude, I first heard of
handicapped.
The first time I ever encountered this particular, dysphoria was watching the Jerry Springer show. Yes. I don't know if you guys enjoyed the Jerry Springer show, but there was, and I'm pretty sure this was a dude who liked to wear makeup and a dress. And what he wanted, he had cut with a circular saw, cut his legs off.
I remember hearing something about that.
You remember this one? Dude, and this guy, he like did it. He did the first one, right? He did them in his kitchen.
And wasn't he on the phone with 911 as he did it?
Yeah.
Like he didn't want to die. He wanted to live. So like when he did it, he wanted to do it badly enough that it couldn't be fixed, but he didn't want to die.
Dude, my legs hurt thinking about it. God damn.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of thought and a lot of control to go into something like that, because once you start cutting, you have to finish.
And
I wouldn't try.
It hurts. Think about, God damn it. Why did I bring that up? But it he now the second one, he applied his own tourniquet.
Right. But
he didn't do them even. Like one was significantly shorter than the other.
Yeah, that I don't understand. Why wouldn't you go?
I'd at least make a mark.
Symmetry is one of those.
Get a little ruler and a Sharpie and make sure that you're going in the same place.
Right. You don't even need the ruler. Just use your other leg as the guide. Okay. Or maybe maybe
line them up next to one another.
Maybe he's like, I wish I had a little bit more leg than that. You know what I mean?
I should have left it longer on the bottom.
Right.
I mean, had he just gotten done watching like Dorf on Golf or something?
I don't.
You never saw Dorf?
I saw Dorf. I know what you're talking about. Just like
Jim Conway.
Jesus Christ.
That's all I can picture right now. That's all I can think of right now.
Did you ever see that King of the Hill where Cotton explains why he's so short? You guys know what I'm talking about?
You're talking about Cotton, his dad.
Cotton. I said Cotton. Yeah.
I thought you said Con. Yeah, but Cotton.
No, Cotton. Cotton talks about. He explains why he's so short. He's like, when I woke up, there was some of my feet to my knees.
That's right. He lost his knees in World War II.
It's Korea, wasn't it? I thought it was Korea.
Could have been Korea, but either way, the commies took his knees.
And the whole joke was the whole running joke through the whole fucking show was that Hank didn't know that the neighbor was Laotian.
Okay.
What's his name? Mr. Chung?
Kong.
Mr. And the first time Cotton ever meets him, Hank goes, "Oh, he's Korean." He's like, "No, he's not." The fuck just happened? You guys hear me?
I hear you. I hear some.
Heard a ding.
Yeah, there's some.
Yeah, my computer just went fucking ape shit. All right, all I had to do was that.
Okay.
And he's like, "No, he's not. He's Laotian, aren't you, Mr. Kong?" And he like looks him like dead in the eye, like, "You've been lying to my boy, haven't you?" He was sewing my feet to my knees. I don't know why that strikes me so funny. All right.
I don't know, but apparently there's people out there that are into it, man. They want to be recognized and live their lives as handicapped people.
And have better parking everywhere you go.
Oh, I found the definition of the BIID though, Mike.
Okay.
It's body integrity identity disorder.
All right.
Which is, yeah, a mouthful.
They're probably going to in the next one they're going to change it to dysphoria.
Body identity integrity disorder.
No, body
integrity.
Body integrity identity disorder.
How dare you mix those eyes up?
Yeah, don't do that.
You.
Well, I mean, it's the difference between being upset that your body is not falling apart and being upset about something entirely different.
My body is falling apart, and I'm very upset about it.
Right? You're not asking for parking spots, are you?
You know, I was just kind of thinking. It's a good segue. I don't want to put you on the spot, Chris, but do you mind if we play like a snippet of some of your old stand-up?
Yeah.
You do mind?
No, go for it.
Okay. Do you have that? You have that clip that I sent you?
I can get to it, sure.
Is this from my special or like an older clip?
Well, I think I got it from your YouTube.
Okay.
But it's
I've got the full.
I think it might.
From you.
No, but before that, I sent. It's just to you.
Oh, just to me.
And it was a clip.
I'm anxious to see what this is.
And I thought this joke was fucking fantastic. And one of the things I don't want to give it away, but I found this interesting, and I'm going to relate it to why we think those lines are funny.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get it on screen. Here we go.
Oh, this is from my special.
I already see it in my head, though. When I do stop my partying ways, it's going to be like an NBA retirement jersey. You know, it's like when the jersey gets lifted to the rafters, but instead of a jersey, it's just going to be a list of all the disappointments my parents had of me my entire life, just lifting up to the rafters.
Oh, did you hear that end part where there's like a whole section of people going, "Oh."
Aww.
And here's the thing: is that it's the flame that forges you. You have a choice. You can either cry about it or you can laugh about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you struck a nerve with a significant like piece of that audience where they just felt bad for you.
Yeah.
And
reel them in.
And to me, like that reaction would be a kick in the nuts to have somebody go, "Oh," like I've told stories of my childhood thinking they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I wrote a stand-up routine.
Only to come up for air and find that everyone's horrified.
I wrote this stand-up routine, and Mike was like, "Hey, maybe your pregnant girlfriend calling your mom and then your mom beating the hell out of you with the phone isn't funny." And I'm like, I I think it's funny. Like
we
that's
punched
not,
it up a little. I mean, we made it.
we did our best with it, but the whole thing was like as I read more through it, I'm like, oh wow, this is
Only so much judging you can do to that.
this is just a sad explanation as to why I'm such a misogynist and sexist and the way I am. You know what I mean? And I think it's that. How did you feel when you got that all? Did that kind of take some of the wind like out of your?
No. That's actually exactly what I was going for. So there's more to that bit. It's on the full special.
Yes, it is.
So when I first start saying it, like you get but then like I was like, oh, 16 was a bad year. Oh, 19. Oh, like, and then as I went through my ages and like said something about that particular age, then people start laughing. But that's what I want. I want that shock factor.
You're trying to bring them down a little bit.
Yeah, you put the bait in, and then you're like, oh, whatever reaction it is, it could be like ew or or like whatever.
I was listening to that this morning.
Yeah,
I was in the bath.
Yeah, but
to me to get that reaction is like, oh man, I don't want that. I don't want, and there was more to the joke, but I really, that part right there, it's just kind of like, it hit me so, it's just the way I am, like all the experiences I've had. And, and I guess this show is a lot like therapy where I just talk about shit, whatever I want to talk about.
Whenever I'm on stage, I want a reaction. The worst thing that I can get is silence. I'm like, if you're like ew or ooh or whatever, like that's good. You're into it. But if you're just,
something is better than nothing.
Situation.
Yeah.
But I thought that was like, to me, that was the perfect joke.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it's like just a list of my parents at this point, like fucking hilarious. And then I started to think about it this way, and I'm like, do you think they were feeling bad for you or your parents?
I don't know, because my parents were actually at that show because I was filming the special. But
they probably started the awe.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, he's talking about us.
Of course, she's got a script. So when's the reaction here? You have your mom holding up applause cards? I'm joking. Hold up a laugh.
Yeah, that was a funny bit.
It was good. I just wanted to, and I think that's, like, to me, that's the punchline. And I guess maybe that's part of my problem too. I used to think I was really funny, and then people just kept explaining to me that I'm angry and mean. There were people around me that found that funny.
I still don't think I'm funny. And it's like, so when you do shows, and I mean, when you're up on stage, you're just like so in the zone, and after every show, you're like, it sucked. But then you just start talking to people and it's like, that was hilarious, and like they start like saying your bits and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, people always say, people always think comedy is easy. It's not particularly easy, and I think one of the hardest things is when you wrote something that's good.
Yeah.
And you take it out and you dust it off and you wave it around in front of everybody, and you're expecting a particular type of reaction because it's good.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't hit the way that you want it to.
Yeah.
Comedy's one of those.
There's some other things like that.
You have to.
You know what? We should actually
just think about that for a second. There's
hang on a second, Pete, because I think what we should be doing is telling everybody that they can give us a call at 646-VIRUS-01, 646-VIRUS-01. Tell them that on the other side of this, we're going to take a deeper dive into Chris Nee, his comedy special, his new book coming out or is out, Boy Meets Anxiety, and check out. I immediately forgot the name.
Healing Hats and Toys.
Healing Hats and Toys. We're going to find out we're going to talk to Chris coming up after this. Mike.
Well, that's like you said, you can give us a call 1-646-VIRUS-01. That's 1-646-VIRUS-01. We'll take your calls, put your voice messages on our air, and while you're waiting to get through to us there, you can also check us out on the web at www.themediavirus.com. We'll be happy to take your emails. You can email Pete, Maddie, PML, and Big Daddy you can get at JTT, all at themediavirus.com. We'll be back right after this.
Somebody just threw something at my house.
Oh.
I believe.